You're listening to the Cricket Podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Cricket Podcast, where we are on to our final team in our IPL 2022 preview, the Sunrisers Hyderabad, the final team in Group B of the tournament. Before we get to them, though, just really quickly, patreon.com/the cricket pod and seriouscricket.co.uk using the code TCP10 for 10% off your cricket equipment are our two messages. Check out the show notes for more. Max, Sunrisers, they're bad. They used to be bad. Are they good?
Sunrisers Hyderabad, putting the bad in Hyderabad, bad by name, bad by nature. Sunrisers Hyderabad, last in our series of previews and least in our series of previews. They are shit, aren't they? Coached by Tom Moody and captained by Kane Williamson. They're one retainee from they couldn't hang on to Rashid Khan. He left for a team that's worse. That's how bad they were. They kept Kane Williamson, who is a really nice guy. I don't know if he's going to be that good at T20 cricket. We will see. Their kit, orange and black. It's not even sunrisey anymore. It's just orange. They don't have like the gradient going on. It's just orange and black.
That's pollution for you, though, isn't it?
There's a little bit of, they've got like a little bit of a motif on it. So there's something going on, but it's not quite what it used to be. The best thing about Sunrisers Hyderabad is that they're based in Hyderabad, and Hyderabad has one of the greatest facts that I've ever found doing these shows. I've shared it before. It's too good not to share again. Once a year in June, shoals of people head to Hyderabad to sample or get hold of a magic fish medicine presented by the Good brothers in an attempt to cure their asthma. It involves swallowing a live fish. And it's all very strange, but apparently a magical fish medicine once every year, and people swear by it. Apparently it cures asthma. So,
wow.
My
girlfriend's got asthma, so maybe when we go to India.
Well, you got a few months. Head over.
Yeah.
If you want something a little more palatable, I would say try the biryani, for which Hyderabad is also highly famous. On to the cricket. Their top players. Puran, maybe
Puran,
he's good. Yeah,
they've got some okay players. It's not a complete dumpster fire, Max. They've got some decent.
But I'm sorry, like, if we're going to go top players on like the range of on the sort of level of top players that we've been talking about, you're struggling. Like top players in their side, sure. Nicholas Puran, they've got. Bhuvi, Abdul Samad's exciting. Aidan Markram's actually.
It's like the world's tallest dwarf, isn't it?
But it's that. That's what we're talking about here, isn't it? Like the strengths. What can we? I mean, they've got some local seam bowling. So they've got Bhuvi and Natarajan. That's not too bad. They've got Umar Malik, who's exciting. He's quick. We saw a little bit of him last year, and he could be good. We'll see how that goes. Yeah. They've got quite a few players actually, like sort of young, exciting players who would potentially have large standard deviations. So, like I'm talking Romario Shepherd, Abdul Samad, Umar Malik, Marco Janssen. So, like a bunch of guys who are quite highly rated. Marco Janssen wasn't great when he played for Mumbai Indians last year, but he's highly rated.
Improved, over the last year.
Yeah. Mario Shepherd could be box office. Abdul Samad we saw flashes of, but he was always relied on too much to dig Sunrisers out of undig-outable situations. And Umar Malik, he bowls quick, like 90 miles an hour. So there's excitement there. It's not all doom and gloom. But the flip side of that as a strength is that they don't really have any real bankers. Like you've got Nicholas Puran, who
was rubbish last year. Averaged about
hopeless last year.
Averaged 8, didn't he?
He could come back and do a Glenn Maxwell and be brilliant, but we just don't know whether he will do that. He did well against England in that series in the West Indies, so there's chance there, but we'll see. Bhuvi, when was the last time Bhuvi got through an IPL season without breaking down? It's been a while, and he's not on an upward trajectory in terms of his T20 skills, so that's not great. So again, there's going to be so much responsibility on runs, quick runs, on young shoulders as there has been in the past. And Abdul Samad,
they're not built for that.
Maybe
that's just not what they're going for, is it?
No, well, that's not, is it? He spent 8.5 crore on Raul Tripathi. That's the thing they did. Their main spin option is Washington Sundar, who's decent spinner, absolutely. But he's not going to offer much with the bat. And then they haven't really got a huge amount else with spin, so there's a bit of a gap there.
Yeah, Shreyas Gopal was pants for Rajasthan Royals last year, but he has played well before in some IPL, so we'll see. Yeah, he's only 28.
And then just the lineup, it's a bit like it was before. Batting, it could be a bit ponderous, couldn't it? Kane Williamson anchoring. Tripathi's not. I think he strikes about 120 career IPL strike rate. Aiden Markram's decent. I do like Aiden Markram. I think he's better at T20 than he gets credit for. But he doesn't strike you as someone who's going to go and smash the ball all over the place. So again, it's a bit like what we've always had before. So I'm not bullish about their chances. I think they've given themselves far too much to do, and they don't have Rashid Khan anymore. So they're like a team that's maybe got a little bit better overall for the rest of the side, but they now don't have the superstar to drag everyone up a bit. So I'm not confident on their chances. My reasoning for supporting them would be if you enjoy pain, if you're a masochist or something, then by all means throw your weight behind the Sunrisers. I'm thinking race for the wooden spoon, perhaps with the Ahmedabad boys.
It's a
shootout for 10th
They're
place.
a team that looks are going to be built around suffocation. Both of any enjoyment watching them, and two of the runs that they're going to try and suffocate from the other team. Right, it's built around that 150 mark, that trying to get there and trying to at least use Natarajan to keep it tight, Bhuvi to keep it tight up front. It doesn't fill me. It doesn't spark joy, as Mary Kondo would say.
It's like the anti-Punjab Kings.
Yeah, it's not going to be pretty watching these guys, unfortunately. But you never know. They could be a team that has got more of the sum of their parts, right? They could perform way above it. Could be true underdogs here. But I just think every other team is better than them.
I think that there's a couple of reasons to potentially be excited about them.
All right.
There are some players with pretty high upsides that, like, if they did really well, they could be really good. Nicholas Puran's 1.
Yeah.
Abdul Samad's 2. Abhishek Sharma is 3. And then on the bowling side, I think they could put together one of the best seam bowling attacks in the tournament. And again, looking at where this IPL is going to be played on those 3 pitches, having a good seam department might be the way to go. So you could have Marco Janssen or Jansen. Is it Janssen or Jansen?
Don't
know. Jansen.
Let's alternate throughout the IPL and see which one fits.
Cool. Good. Bhuvi Kumar, Natarajan, and Umran Malik. That's arguably arguably in the conversation for the best seam attack in the tournament. I think Mumbai might battle for that with them. In fact, no, I don't think Mumbai would. I just think Bumrah would. I think that could be 16 pretty good overs.
About that. I'm pretty sure Bumrah is better than Bhuvi, and I think that Tamar Mills is better than Natarajan, but fine.
Yeah, and then Unad Kat is worse than whoever. Yeah, so it swings and roundabouts, isn't it? Like, I mean, Daniel Sands is going to be probably bowling for Mumbai Indians. So there's weaknesses there. That as a core 4 bowlers is pretty good.
Sunrisers, that's kind of always been their strength, isn't it? Like Bhuvi, Natarajan, and Umran Malik, they had that before, and they still crap.
Gopal and Washington Sundar are big downgrades on Rashid Khan.
Yes, they are. I mean, I actually don't even have Gopal in my. I think they might be a team that don't play a leg spinner, which is kind of mad, isn't it, in the IPL? No, I think that genuinely could happen. Max, do we have your 11, by the way?
Yeah, I think so. But okay. I can run through it again if you want.
Do it one more time.
Tripathi, Markram, Williamson, Puran, Abhishek Sharma, Abdul Samad, Romario Shepherd, Washington Sundar, Bhuvi, Natarajan, and Umran Malik. I'm not sure I did do the 11. I think I just named all of the players at one point.
You did. Yeah, I'd probably have. I think they've said Abhishek Sharma will open the batting for them. So, or I've heard that they might not have said that, but I think there's a strong rumor that he will, and he looks pretty decent at that job. And then that means they've got kind of It's a bit of a 2016 middle order, isn't it?
Mhm.
Williamson, Markram, Pooran, but
Yeah.
it's not bad. They'll get runs. They should put up totals. And it might
And
work.
that's
for
why I think
Burnley.
there's some.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's
And
why I think they're better than
yeah.
Gujarat.
Yeah, and that's why they fit into that 150, right? That 150, 160, that will be their thing. They're not going to be a team that goes and it's 200 every week. They're going to be a team who struggles.
I do think, and I was probably a little bit harsh about Punjab on their segment. I think they're the sort of team, Punjab it is, that could absolutely destroy Sunrisers. Like, just get on a roll and just score way more runs than that they could even conceive of scoring. And I think Mumbai will try and beat them like that. And I think, RCB might try and play that well with Maxi. And I think that could be a problem. I don't know whether the style of cricket they want to play absolutely works, and I don't know. I think if you're going to try that, I think you want to be aiming for 165, not for 150, and they're aiming for 150.
Yeah. I really hope that Tyagi plays, because I actually quite liked watching him play for the Radstone Royals. He's not a complete finished article, bit of raw, but we'll see if he plays. Max, anything else to highlight for these boys in orange?
No, certainly not. Other than I won't be banking on them to win like I did in the past.
Got one of your favourites in Garg though. You've had a bit of a soft spot for Priyam Garg, so.
No, I mentioned that I think what I said was in one of the previous previews was that he was going to be really important because they had so much there. He was basically filling in a big gap in their batting lineup in BC, whether he could translate his form for the Indian under-19 team to the IPL, and the answer was a big fat no, wasn't it? He was bad. Yeah. Maybe this year.
You don't want to be trusting a child, and there are a few. Then another good point for Sunrisers: they haven't put the hands of their tournament in they haven't put their tournament in the hands of a child. And so there are some teams who are like, oh, maybe that 12-year-old will be batting number 3 for them. The team, as it looks as an 11 there, if they turned up, largely. You'd be like, okay, they're not awful. They're all recognised professionals.
Are we saying
probably deserve a gig in the IPL?
Are we saying these like Burnley? Is that what we're comparing them to?
I think they're a bit better than maybe Burnley from a couple of years ago.
All right.
Burnley, when Burnley were but Brentford are rubbish, aren't they? Really? I mean,
Brentford at the start of the year.
Burnley had for 5 years. Burnley had Premier League credentials. It was like all of those players deserve to be Premier League footballers. All of these players for Sunrisers deserve to be in the IPL.
In the 11, not the 20.
Yeah. None of them are an embarrassment, but they're not. None of them are amazing either, are they?
And then by the end of the year, Raul Tripathi is going to get his big money move to Newcastle. He's always deserved.
It's like they've picked 11 Steve Lomasses.
So going to be lost.
Look up who Steve Lomas was. And that's what this team, in football terms, this is what they've done. But there's nothing, sometimes Steve Lomas was good.
All right, so we're thinking they could do okay. It's going to take a lot to this team to win anything, but is likely to finish 7th.
Yeah, I think they're bad.
7th would be a good finish for them.
I think they're bad. I just felt like I had to be devil's advocate a little bit for this team and
Punjab, that's fair enough. That's good. Debate is good.
Yeah, balanced
chat.
But there we go. I do think that. Are we going to do a show on Wednesday?
Or Thursday, Wednesday or Thursday.
Right, well, it's a good job we didn't say that at the beginning of every segment. Wednesday or Thursday, we're going to do a little live show previewing the IPL. We'll do our prediction. We'll predict the table and come up with some other stupid games to do. We'll put the details of that up soon, won't we?
Well done. Well, thanks very much for listening. That's been Sunrisers Hyderabad and our Group B summary. See you later.
You're listening to the Cricket Podcast.